And we're back again. Congratulations, here we go. I'm telling you, it is just absolutely magnificent to find the boy next to the signature. Just did it yesterday, and here is another hit. You're going to actually see a cartoon that is brought out that gives you more highlight and understanding. Keep learning more and more of his tricks. It is in conjunction with the boy next to the signature. That is the Midion, best boyfriend in the whole wide world, painting. I wrote a book, Passion of Love, over 1,000 YouTubes, thousands and thousands of proof. There's my cartoon, bushy mustache. I'm here to have fun. I'm here to tell you the truth. I want you guys to hit the thumbs up. I want you to hit the subscribe button. I want you to say your prayers. I want you to wash your hands, social distance, wear a mask. I want you also to subscribe to YouTube Kids. Not affiliated with us, but it's a magnificent YouTube. That's my recommendation. That is the signature out of Leonardo da Vinci painting Midion. Melzi's also written in there in the X-ray you're going to be seeing now. And you also will be seeing the X-ray of Sali coming right after this. Both Melzi and Sali were lovers. Melzi lived till 1519. Sali lived till 1518. He was nicknamed the Little Devil, as you see in the writing. There he is. Andre Sali, also known as Giovanni. There is his X-ray with his writing I wrote out. The G is in the eye by man, and in many of his works we're going to be talking about the Perturbing Man right now. And thank you for joining me. All right, now on the left is the younger Mona Lisa, and on the right is the older Mona Lisa. It is absolutely a magnificent YouTube of showing you thousands and thousands of different little images in which are hidden. But here is where, in this area, microscopic is the signature that is hidden of Da Vinci that we're going to be getting into. We're also going to be telling you about the Perturbing Man. The Perturbing Man is one of his measurements that he uses for his works. Now, this is the YouTube that came out yesterday. I want you to also look at this in conjunction with this YouTube. It is, in conjunction. Okay, and this is what, without the writing, and it kind of gives you the highlight to where when you get done, this is what it basically comes out. The Perturbing Man is actually off on the left. It's the eye area. This is the older Mona Lisa, the younger Mona Lisa, the signature of Da Vinci down by the foot, and this image that's right here is actually blown up in here, and it is of a boy that we have had in there, and this is the same exact image that was found in the Perturbing Man if you go back and watch the video of yesterday's, and those are the two which are twins. But there is more. There's Bart. There's Bart in here today that we're going to be doing, and it's pretty funny. It's pretty funny. So I want you to hang on, have a little fun, and I want to show you a few things. First of all, this is what it looks like without being altered in any way for color, like the image that's off on the right that is of my signature that's been changed, and for those who have been watching. But that's the Perturbing's eye. Now, if you want, that is a face. You can screenshot that, and you'll see how there's many different images within those micro images of Da Vinci. A face here, another face here, and a G. And he spells out, making bodies and faces, he spells out Giovanni. Okay, well, it is the same as in my painting that he does. And for proof on that, I'll just put that right out real quick, and we'll just get that done to where you understand that he loves to play around with the big G. You see the G in the eye? Okay, there it is, the G. Okay, so he uses these images for whatever builds that he wants to make into cartoons. But we're going to get into this Bart. It's coming up. Let me slowly get into these other images that are in the way and tell you along the way, so I don't get kind of more sidetracked than I am, because this is pretty exciting. The learning, the history, all the above. Well, when you take my image and you blow it up, such as this, you see the boy. Okay, that is the boy in which we're talking about that was drawn out. So when you get that boy drawn out and you see his legs, how it kind of kicks on an angle, boom, boom, it gets drawn out like that. That's how we got that particular image to be in, in the image that we told you, or showed you, which comes out in the Vitruvian Man. This is the image. If you take a look side by side, the one that is in brown is what's out of the eye area, and this one, without it being drawn out, is sitting right here the same. It actually comes on down and varies. It is again the same. So let me put this off to the side, and I want to show you how when you take this image right here, you can see here it comes, that looks like Bart, that with the flat head. Well, this flat head is the same flat head that is right here. This is my signature. When you roll this up in these areas, you can see the dots. Remember we used to say connect the dots? Well, if you go back to my other video, you'll see how this is a tuning fork, and it has the little line that goes, and you got the little man, you got the signature of Da Vinci. When you go to turn it and move it in each way, because he does, he'll take this and he'll turn it in pitches. He'll make it pitch like this. You see how these lines are up here? He'll make it pitch this way. He'll make it pitch this way. All this writing that spells Leonardo is actually like a swirl, like you're swirling your tea to get all the mixtures in it and all the flavor. That's what he does. He flavors his painting. But if you get into this and you transform it again, you can see that here it is. You can see when you overlay, right in here, you can see the outline of the face that kind of simulates into a heart, because two hearts on top of each other, one on top of each other, is the symbol 8, and out of that 8 you get infinity. Now if you see this man right here, this is a man right here that's sticking on out, that he's hanging off of this big pole. This is what he does. This man is the same as this outline of this man that is in here. So Da Vinci is a trickster. See how it does not highlight too well in here? For the reason is it's a different alter of change. But that's Da Vinci again. His changing is in many different layers. So this is one layer, and when you put it in, you can see how it would go. Now there's another layer right here which changes again. See how this is? So these two are side by side the same. The pulls on the Da Vinci of a Mona Lisa, of her eye, her hand, anything you want, is thousands of different changes and thousands of different looks. So in other words, she's looking at you now, and people always wonder why she's looking at you, and then when you move a little bit, she follows you. Well, the real reason is because she does. Because it is a flip book. It's a continuous movement in him to where he makes her small, he makes her big. You look at her top of her head, you look at bottom by the tip of her pinky, you look at her shoulder, you look at the mountain, you look at the sky. She's actually got innuendos everywhere. So he's very, very, very tricky. And I promise you that you're going to hear a lot of stuttering out of me for the rest of the life. Okay, so here again is the image that we are talking about. Okay, this image right here, another one, which is an overlay of we better do it the other way, an overlay that actually brings out the face that's in the center of the writing. So Da Vinci, again, okay, he makes his images move all over. So the signature be here, the signature be here, the signature be here. So this particular image I'm going to show you is the same coming up in a moment right here. So this image is the Vitruvian Man in the eye that I told you that was changed. So it took many changes of this to change this. But if you look, it looks like Bart when it's small. But when you bring it larger, it becomes many different faces. It also becomes the skull that I mentioned earlier. But it's also a beautiful face with the nose and eye, and here's the chin it comes. But there's also another face overlaying. He has another face and an animal over here, like a lamb. This is like a lamb that's sitting over here. This is Da Vinci's love of ways. But when you take this image, which is the image that you cannot see with the human eye, that is the signature found in my painting, and you see how the pickle fork, I call it the tuning fork actually, and how it will overlay in the area that I outdrawn over here. But that's not only where, because when you scoot it over, it fits here, and it fits right there perfectly. Just all I gotta do is boot it up one or two. Right there. It's a perfect fit with the pickle fork. You can see the pickle fork in line that he's hiding it in shadows and shades. Da Vinci is a code man. Please understand that. Da Vinci is magnificent. He's a lover. He's a mathematician. He's a scientist. And to me, I hope he's my best friend when I die and I go, because I sure love to know some of his secrets, because I'm sure he had tons of friends, and that's the secret that I really want. I want my friends and secrets, but you know, for people. You see how this man here is going to overlay in here, and I just have to notch it one more notch, and so this is one of the areas in which it's going to be. But watch this. You see this darker image of it. You can see how the line also of this line, which I'm going to shrink for you, when it's butt side by side, and you can compare them, you can see how they're the same. But here it goes again. Here's the real proof. Now I'm going to zoom a little. Here it is. Here it is. I know it's taken a little bit. But this image I overlaid, as you know, and you can see the darker color, and you can see how it widens up for where it widens up. But he shifts this into this color, a lighter one. The same guy with the same shoulder to here. Then he shifts it over into here, smaller. This is a smaller one. Then he shifts it into a bigger one right here. Then he does a lighter one because he makes his images move. He's also got this guy right here, this V guy that actually ends up, okay, he ends up, when he shows up better, clear over here with the long line, which I call it the fishing pole line or big staff. And so Da Vinci's got this guy right here, right here, right here, right here, but he's only highlighting good. You can see how this goes, and you can see how he has something hidden here. Then he has something hidden here, and it continues like that. He's got one here. Okay, that's the way Da Vinci is. So let's go for an example. I'm going to slide this guy all the way over, and I'm going to shift him up right where I said it would be, and that's where Da Vinci. Now it may need a turn or a pitch. Yeah, it would need a slight turn or a pitch, and that's where Da Vinci does. He starts making his turns. He starts making his turns to fulfill his painting. And that's another trick of his. Not just right over in one particular area. Da Vinci is a magnificent code man. So what we're talking about, how this particular image has been changed for you to see what's hidden in his works. Look at this. Does that look like the two the same? Okay, because he paints and he does images over and over and over in transparencies and in different layers and in different turns. So for an example, it'd be like this, like this, like this, like this, like this, continue. So these lines here, these lines of my signature that is in right here, this signature that runs across, that flows on an angle, is these images that flow also. And there's going to be a lot more, because this particular image is not of the highest quality, but still doable for right now. And I'm going to keep pushing it as far as I can out of it. It's got it pretty much to its limit. But if I can get the pure writing out of it, just like this, yeah, you guys are really going to tap me, okay? Hey, remember what I said. Wash your hands, social distance, wear a mask, and may God bless the whole world, the whole universe, and the whole heavens. I want you to have a real safe life. And thumbs up, subscribe, tell a friend, teach a teacher, tell your mother, tell your father, tell your kids. Call your best friend, go down the street, make a right turn, left turn, and go to the grocery store and say, hey, passion of love. God loves you, and Leonardo da Vinci's code has been broken. It's in different layers and different overlays and different writings. You can make a heart turn into an infinity, and an infinity into an 8, and I love yous, and just watch my YouTubes and you will understand. And don't forget about YouTube Kids that I told you in the beginning. It is a magnificent YouTube for people. We're not affiliated in any way. This is Jesus Christ proposing to the older Mona Lisa. It absolutely has innuendos of physical and spiritual love in it, and I'll be breaking slight little codes along the way. You guys got to catch these little 0.5% I'm going to give you, and I may just throw the bombshell out one time. I'm not sure, but hey, remember, say your prayers, and may God bless the whole world, universe, and the heavens. And thank you for watching. Thumbs up. Thank you.